You raise the bar, elevate my heart when you give me that kind of love, oh yeah. A love that's never far away, butterflies feel every day. Your love is real and not fake, it's on time and never late. Your eyes tell me you're true love when I can't help but dance. It's a love that never fades and always lets you know. You raise the bar, elevate my heart when you give me that kind of love, oh yeah. A love that's never far away, butterflies feel every day. Your love is real and not fake, it's on time and never late. Your eyes tell me you're true love when I can't help but dance. It's a love that never fades and always lets you know. You raise the bar, elevate my heart.
We are here today in the Coachella Valley, and we have royalty amongst us. Oh, indeed. If you want to take a moment and follow, this is the Facebook page to Prince Fleet Easton, or better yet, the Prince of Palm Springs.
Hi, how are you today?
How are you today? It's good to see you. Always good to see you. I'm always bumping into you roundabout town. And I'm so glad that we finally got a moment to sit down and chat.
Well, thank you so much for asking me. It's always a pleasure whenever I run into you. I think the last time I saw you, I was selling hot dogs for one of the animal fundraisers.
Yes, that's right. You do a lot of humanitarian work. Matter of fact, you are quite the humanitarian. If you're just joining in today, thank you for logging on to the Coachella Valley Concierge page. We have a special guest in the house. We like to uplift and showcase people in the Coachella Valley and surrounding areas. And this is somebody that if you don't know, you should know, or you should know about him. He's a kind of cool guy. He does a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, he's everything from a wedding officiant to a singer, to a dancer, to an actor, to a humanitarian activist. And gosh, is there anything this guy doesn't do? I mean, tell us. First of all, I like to say, how can they find you on, let's say, Spotify? You're on Spotify, right?
Yes, I'm on Spotify under Fleet Easton. They can find all of my songs there. Also on Facebook, Prince Fleet Easton, the real Prince Fleet Easton. There's another one if you'll see, they have Fleet with 2 T's. That is an account I had that was stolen from me. And please stay away from that one. That's not a good one. But the one that's being shown on the screen right now is my actual, where it says, I am the real Prince Fleet Easton. I put that on there to make sure people know it really was me. And also on Instagram, which is Fleet Easton 123.
Okay. And you have had several songs that you have put out. And I know that you perform around town like crazy. You're always booked. Tell people where they can, where are we at? September already? Gosh darn this year. Where can people catch you for the rest of the year?
Well,
what big projects do you have?
Well, I'm going to be back at the American Legion in November. Since Hollywood's taken off and has taken a lot of my time now, I'm not appearing as often in the Valley anymore because my focus now is what it's always been, doing movies, television, having songs in soundtracks of feature films. But I will be back in November at the American Legion. I'm also doing I do it every year, the Black and White Ball in Desert Hot Springs for the Women's Club. And that's a fundraiser that supplies money for students that may not be able to go to college. We raise the money and stuff, and they give scholarships to, I don't want to say underprivileged, but those that are maybe struggling that would not be able to have that opportunity to go to college. They supply that by giving them a scholarship.
That is really amazing that you're able to take part in so many varieties of, help in certain places. Um, you are an animal lover.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? People don't know this, but one time I had 40 four-legged children,
Oh my
40,
goodness.
40. And on top of that, 3 parrots, pygmy goats,
Oh
chickens,
my,
ducks, uh, Dutch rabbits. So they're the little teeny miniature ones, and some other things in there. I
gosh.
well, couldn't go past a shelter without bringing something home.
Oh well, that's all part of having a big heart and being a caring person, I suppose.
But I don't have any children right now. I haven't had any now for 17 years since I moved here, because of my career and all. It's challenging. I always said though, if I could find the right one, like a 1 pound toy poodle, a little teeny
Oh,
one that I could put in my pocket, then I
oh
probably
yeah.
would do that. If I could find that perfect baby, then they would travel with me everywhere. And but as we were saying, I do a lot of things. I've helped Kittyland. I did several events for them to help them when they were building their shelter. And I just, four-leggeds, even little two-legged ones, they just give you unconditional love. And whenever I'm out at a store, this is funny. I'll be out at the store with friends and I will get on the floor. If I see a little baby, a little dog, I'm
Aw.
right on the floor, letting them crawl all over me. And I'm kind of like the uncle who can dote on them. And then I go home and then I don't have the responsibility of taking care of them, but I get my needs
You
fed.
get the love, yeah, you get the needs met for sure. And they get theirs met too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just can't say how much I love babies. I just love them.
Now you have two movies coming out that are coming kind of back to back or
Yes. Well, right now we have Team of Two that just came out.
on
It's
Tubi,
on,
right?
on
Okay.
Tubi. It came out first on Amazon Prime, and now it went to Tubi. I think it's on a couple of more platforms. It just today the ad came out advertising it in Magic Image Hollywood magazine, which I'm very excited about. And then there's going to be a sequel that is called The Leatherman, and it'll be going into production this coming year, which I'm excited about. There you go, Team of Two. I play Detective Johnson, and he's got an interesting life. And
I bet. Well, if
this
he's anybody like you, I mean, definitely.
well, this is the first time I've ever played a role like this, where I play a kind of a serious detective role, because I'm always playing like the odd neighbor or the goofy friend. So this, I get to actually play a serious role, and I get to beat up people, and and I got to work with some really great people, Lorenzo Lamas and Eric Roberts, Julia Roberts brothers. And I got to say, Mark Singer, who was the Beastmaster, if anybody remembers that, look him up, was one of the kindest people I have worked with in years.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
we did some scenes together, and he came to me before we got ready to shoot the scenes. And one time he goes, Fleet, I want to do something so special for you, because you said you are so good at what you do. I want to showcase you, and let's do something really special. So he choreographed a scene for us. Although he shoots and kills me, we choreographed the scene, and it was really wonderful, because the only other person that I have, actor that I've really worked with, that was that wonderful was Anthony. Oh goodness, wait a minute, it popped out of my head. Oh, the British actor, Anthony Hopkins. No, Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sir Anthony. Yes. Oh my God, I worked with him years ago on a movie, and he was just the kindest man. The movie was Instinct, and he was such a sweet man. Now, like I said, Mark, he made it such a wonderful, and everybody, don't get me wrong, everybody on the set was wonderful, and the director, Josh Gomez, who also stars in the film, is really all really wonderful people. But I've never had many actors come to me that I've worked with that wanted to collaborate and showcase me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that feeling? Because I know that you've been around and doing a lot of things. And so how is that feeling? That kind of, what does that feel like?
Oh my God. It was, I mean, I was kind of like blown away. You know, there was something when I walked on the set, there was some, you could tell there was some kind of, we were like vibrating at the same frequency or something, because
yeah.
there was just an automatic connection there. And I felt it when I went on the set. And I kept watching. He was watching me in the scenes and stuff. And then he would look at me and he would give me like a thumbs up and he would really smile. So it was really great to get that positive affirmation back, letting you know that, you know, what you're doing is really good and it's spot on. So it was a great experience. I love working with him. I don't know all the cast members that are returning for the Leatherman, but he was really wonderful to work with. And I was very honored to work with Eric Roberts and Lorenzo Lamas. And he's still, you know, all these years, he still looks really great. I mean, he's kept his body in shape, and people watch the movie and you'll see. I mean, and he was there. He is in there. So that, and then I have another
thing. You guys can catch that movie on Amazon Prime, and it's also playing currently on Tubi. Yes. And that's called Team of Two.
Team of Two.
Sorry, the little thing is in the way. Yeah, and then there's going to be a sequel, and that one is called The Leatherman.
Yes. And then also another project I'm involved in is called The Lost Ship. And it's been in production now, I should say pre-production now, for about 2 years, because it's going to be a big budget film. It's going to be IMAX 3D, and it's going to be shot in German. It's going to be shot on 5 continents. And it's the first time that I will be doing something that I've never done before in singing. I will be singing in German in the film. And I've been studying with someone to learn the German that I need to do. And when the time is right, it will happen. And so I'm preparing for that.
That is so very exciting. Oh my goodness.
And another shout out, I just remembered. And another movie that that I've been asked about is called Fly, and The Rise of Jet Parker. And that's in the works right now. And that'll be probably going into production maybe sometime next year. And in that, I play a prince. And that was written by a dear friend, Doc Skinner. So I've got a lot of projects going on. I'm very excited about Level of Love, the one song you played in the lead.
Oh, yeah. That's on there. And you can find that on Spotify.
Yeah, the owner of Dharmar Studios has now put that into a file because they have several feature films that are going to go into production, and they're interested in having it in one of the soundtracks of their feature film. Now, I did another one of their films a couple years ago, which was #Blessed, and you can hear me in the soundtrack of the, see me, I did a little cameo, and you can hear me in the film singing Why Can't Christmas Be Here Every Day, written by written by 2 dear friends, Keith Williams and Joni Weston. And when I heard that song, I just went crazy. It was so funny. The movie studio called me up and said, we want you to be in the soundtrack, and it's going to be a Christmas movie. Do you have any Christmas songs? And at that time I wasn't writing music. And I said, well, you know what? I probably can find something that will work. Well, I'm a manifester and I'm a generator. When I think of something, it comes to me. So it wasn't probably a half hour. I opened up my email and Keith Williams had emailed me a song. He said, I'd like for you to hear this song. I played it and it was a Christmas song. And I went, oh my God,
that's perfect. Yeah.
This is the song for the film. So I called up the owner of the movie studio and I said, oh my God, I got the song. It's perfect. And so
ready to go.
Them, they loved it. They invited me to come to the Shiloh International Film Festival. I sang it for an audience of about 300 producers, directors, all, and it got a standing ovation.
Oh my gosh, you're just such an amazing guy, you know. Your work, your work ethic is it shows, and it shows in the opportunities that you continue to be able to acquire, you know.
Well, the reason it shows it's because I love what I do. I've been doing this since I was 5 years old, and I came in with this talent and ability. It was just always there. I was singing and dancing around the house, and all my relatives kept telling my parents, "You got to put this kid in show business." Well, I grew up in Akron, Ohio, and there wasn't a lot of show business in Akron,
Right.
Ohio. But I found my way. I was heard by somebody, and I was invited to sing with a small orchestra at the age of 5. And then by the time I was 17, a dear friend got tired of hearing me saying that I wanted to be in show business. And one day they came to my house and they said, "Come on, get in the car." I said, "Where are we going?" They said, "Don't worry about it. Just get in the car." So they had driven me to Goodyear
That's the best.
Musical Theater, which was a professional equity theater. I auditioned. I got the part. I knew this was my life, the rest of my life. And that's what I've done.
That is exactly what you've done. You've done a few other things though that are really important too.
Mhm.
And I want you to, if you don't mind, to share just a few thoughts on this
Oh,
picture and everything that you know, went through deciding to become this person and have this, hold this, and what it means to you.
well, many, many, many moons ago, I can remember when Oprah first came out. I remember her, all the philanthropy work that she was doing and all. And I always said, "Okay, God, allow me to experience the things I want, and I will do great things with them." And that's the pledge that I made, and that's a pledge I kept. And I have been blessed to receive many, many awards unexpectedly. It wasn't something I sought out or tried to achieve. They just came and showed up at my doorstep. And that's what I tell people. My life is really interesting because I don't pursue stuff. It just comes to me. And I think that's because many people, I put in the work all these years. People know who I am. They know how reliable I am. They know that I get the job done, and people respect my work. So people want to work with me. So I've always been a humanitarian. Even as a child, listen to this. Okay, I grew up, yes, in a fairly affluent family, but my charity work started at a very young age. Every year I would get a new wardrobe of new clothes and stuff. And at the end of the year, I would box all of them up and I would give them to students that I knew that would never be able to have those things. And so that was the beginning of my kind of like my charity work. I'm a giver. I want,
Yeah.
I give. I want to give. That's where I get my joy. I want to give people things that they may have never had or they've never experienced. And not, it brings me joy. It brings me joy to be able to do that. And so I've been blessed with, I received an honorary doctorate from the Global International Alliance. I received an ambassadorship of happiness and kindness from the Her Royal Majesty Queen Eden of Beerland.
Yes, that was another thing I remember your journey with that, and that was like so cool and exciting.
Yeah, and those all just came this spring, and I was very honored to sing their national anthem. So I'm just blessed to be able to do the things that I've always wanted to do and dreamed of doing in my life. And I know I'm just getting started. I came to California 17 years ago from Florida, and I had done a lot of movies and television, but it was a secondary market, and I was doing okay, but always knew I wanted more. And when you're in a secondary market, you're never going to move up. You only get to a certain level because all of the talent they're going to bring in from Hollywood or New York.
Right.
You're never going to get those parts. You have to go
Definitely.
to be a part of. You've got to go to Hollywood. You got to go to New York to get.
Yeah, you got to be there.
You got to get into that circle to be able to do that. So, and this is another side. I'm sure you know that I'm a very deeply spiritual person, and I'm an ordained minister. But the
I
thing,
was gonna say that was there's the next picture that was ready to go.
see, I knew, but I have a voice that speaks to me, and it tells me what I should do or what I'm supposed to do, and I've learned over the years just to go with it and
To
don't.
go with it. It's hard to fight it, isn't it?
Yeah, and okay, 17 years ago, I was singing with a 52-piece orchestra in Florida, and while on stage singing to 6,000 people, the voice came to me and said, "You must go to Palm Springs, California. You have to be there to meet the people who are going to take you to the next place in your life and career." I knew nobody here. This wasn't in my vision or my dream. My dream was Hollywood, but I thought, okay, you know what? I'm only 99 miles from Hollywood.
This is where the Hollywood plays. You know, you have to, big dreams. And when you do come from afar, I think that that's something that we go through. I work with a lot of people from Vegas
Uh-huh.
in my variety concierge Vegas stuff. And it's been the same thing. People come to Vegas and they're like, oh, and then it's like Vegas is this big city, but we're only a few miles away. You could get the same opportunities. It's very easy to get back and forth between Los Angeles and here in
Mhm.
Vegas, to be able to have some of those opportunities. A lot easier than Florida, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, and I trusted, and I didn't know anybody here. I came here once in the 90s on tour. I played Tiny Tim in A Christmas Carol, and I did the
Oh my
national
gosh.
tour. We went, oh my gosh, 71 cities in 3 months.
And that was here. Was that at the McCallum or was that downtown at the little playhouse?
They had it at the high school in the auditorium there. That's where we appeared.
At the Palm Springs High School.
High school, yes. And
Oh my goodness.
when
I
you,
do remember back then. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
yeah, the touring shows came in, and I was one of the touring shows that came in. And it was interesting that when we came in from Los Angeles, because we drove in, I said, "Oh my God, this place is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to someday hopefully be able to live there." Well, all those years later,
Isn't
then
that
all of a sudden
interesting?
it happened, and the voice said I had to come here for all this to happen. Now, it was interesting because the first thing that was said to me is, "Why did you come here? This is where old entertainers come to die." And
Oh wow.
I
They're
said,
so mean.
I
Those
said,
people,
that's,
those miserable people.
I said, "That's not me." I said, "I'm just getting started." I said,
Yeah, we're reviving the town. You probably, when you came here, you probably most likely revived the town and gave it its second run.
"Well, it was in a deep depression when I
Yes,
moved
it
here.
was.
Uh, every There was only a store every third store. All
Mhm.
the stores were emptied. They were all completely
Up
empty.
until a few years ago, up until just right before COVID, it was still that way.
Yeah, but we've had such a big resurgence now. I mean, the demographics in this town is amazing because the demographics used to be what,
So
like
they opened the
50,
floodgates.
50 to 100. Now I mean, look at all the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds
Yeah,
that
they
have.
opened the floodgates for sure. We
Yeah.
have we used to just be a season for snowbirds to come in, and now we have a full summer season as well. So that's been really interesting to watch, everything over the years.
Well, like I said, and I was very fortunate. I came here and I got my first job with the cabaret show with Bella DeBall, and I was with them for
Yes,
eight
yes.
years, and then I was at Azul. They saw me, and George and Paris at Azul gave me my own show, and I was there.
Oh, that was fun. I used to play bingo there.
I was there for a couple of years, and then for a couple of years, I was at Pete's Hideaway. I've appeared in a lot of places all
Yes,
over the valley.
yes, you have.
But as soon as I got my star in 2016, I knew that I was kind of basically done here because I said, I want to see new people, places,
Yeah.
and things. I've been done. I don't want to get on that merry-go-round on that circuit and do it all over again, because it won't help me to move forward. So I kind of divested myself of the town and really started focusing on doing more and more in Hollywood. And it took a while, but now people know who I am in Hollywood. The opportunities are coming. I'm very grateful. I didn't know it was going to take this long here.
Yeah.
I thought I
It,
was
it,
going
you know, it can
to.
take as long as it needs to take, but rest assured you'll be the person who's ready when the time comes.
Well, and as I said earlier, I prepared myself, and I've done the work, and now I can just sit and do the jobs now because I've prepared myself for them. And I want to give a shout out to my dear friend Brian Neil Hoff, who is my creative music writing partner, and
Yes, I'm one of my very special friends. I've
yeah.
always respected his work, and we have our little talks every once in a while. He's another man who's led a very incredible life. Stories that would be unbelievable to the naked ear, for sure.
Oh, well,
He's
he
an
was in
amazing person.
Hollywood, and he created, directed movies, written movies, and now we're
Now
working on some
he
projects.
runs the animation festival.
Yeah, and he'll be back in about three or 4 weeks, and we're going to start working again. We have some music projects. We're going to be starting to work new songs coming out,
Good.
and he just released a new song, and so it was great because we've known each other for probably 14 years, maybe
Yeah.
13 years. And he used to come to the shows, and I didn't know this, but he shared this with me when we started working together. He said, I always admired you, and I always thought someday I'm going to write songs for him. Well, guess what? All these years later, now that's what's happening.
That
And
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. Well, and I'm doing something now that I've always wanted to do, because everybody always saw me as like the standard singer, singing all the standard songs. But there's always been that pop star inside of me wanting to
Oh
come out.
yeah.
And I never knew how to get there. Well, Brian opened the door for that to happen. And
And
I'm
pop star you are, because you are just all over the place with everything. And you
oh,
know,
thank you.
and
Thank
I have, and there you go.
Yeah, that was just recently. That was at the Magic Image anniversary party in Hollywood at a big estate up in the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a nice look, and that you have so many different looks, and that's what I love about it. You really are a very rounded actor, and in
Oh,
everything you do, and so
well, I love clothes. I love clothes. That's another thing that I'm obsessed with. And
style, clothing, style, interior. I've gotten sneak peeks into your home and a few of your decorations, and I just think you're such a great person. You're just so fun.
it's funny. People come into my home and go, "Oh my God, it's like Las Vegas," because I've got chrome and glass and fur.
Yeah.
It's very, very sparkly because I love sparkly. But as I was saying, I love clothes. I probably have pretty close to 400 dress shirts.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
is that obsessive?
Um, well, for an entertainer, not at all. Not at all. For the average person who, might have two or three outings a year, maybe just by about 350 or so. But for an entertainer, I think that you can never have too much attire, because at the end of the day, everything you've worn can be
Yeah.
ticketed and tagged, and well, honey, it's a part of history. So
Well, that's what's funny, because Gypsyland, my dear friends at Gypsyland on the north end of Palm Springs, I donate my clothes there, and they resell them with a tag on saying previously owned by Palm Springs own Prince of Palm Springs.
oh, I love it. That's so awesomely amazing.
Yeah. So it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm very blessed to be able to do the things that I love to do.
Well,
And
I'm so blessed to know you and have known you for so long now, and excited to see all the new stuff coming. I'm gonna actually go watch these movies, or at least the movies I can get to right now this weekend. That's gonna be my thing to do, is catch up on movies. I've been working on this stuff over here on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for the opportunity to be able to have my voice and share my special friends that I've met along the way. Live from the Coachella Valley, this was the Prince of Palm Springs. We'll talk with you soon.
Can't see me loving nobody like you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. I can't see. You raise the bar, elevate my heart when you give me that kind of love, oh yeah. A love that's never far away, butterflies feel every day. Your love is real and not fake, it's on time and never late. Your eyes tell me you're true love when I can't help but dance. It's a love that never fades and always lets you know. You raise the bar, elevate my heart when you give me that kind of love, oh yeah. A love that's never far away, butterflies feel every day. Your love